Good morning, everyone. This is Vin, and welcome to Garden on a Hill. Welcome to another episode of Garden on a Hill, and today is actually warm here in Georgia, and I'm in Zone 7B. I'm going to show you around a ground cover that has done extremely well here in my area in Zone 7B, and I think it's going to be a 2-minute video. I'll show you around a couple of different places where I have used this ground cover. Again, this channel is about easy maintenance-free plants, so I'll share as much learnings as I can. So this is the Coopers Ice Plant with the magenta flowers. It comes with other different colored varieties. It is part of the cactus or succulent family, so very hardy in the dry areas. Does require full sun and some regular watering. As you can see, this one is in my backyard in the lower hillside of the plot. As you can see, it's located in a terraced rock garden. This plant is in good contrast with the black mulch and the creeping jenny. Last year, I started with 5 cuttings for this area. Last fall, probably October or November 2019, and 5 months later on, this is what we have for this location. So this is on the opposite side of the hill, higher up, which is a much drier location with full sun. On this application, I planted the 6-inch cuttings 1 foot apart along the edge pavers so they kind of hug the perimeter. They are interplanted with rosemary, which is also very drought resistant in this area. So moving in through the front yard, I'm trying to experiment if I can grow these plants in the shade in an area with more moisture in the soil. So this area only gets 2 to 3 hours of sunlight in a day, around 4 to 6 p.m. And I bought these plants individually from Lowe's last year with this dog, of course. As you can see, there is far less flowers in this area. The foliage seems to be doing better in here, and it's much more dense, but generally there's smaller and less flowers, but you can plant them in the shade and also in a wetter environment. So I did not use cuttings in this area, but rather a full plant because I didn't know if it was going to grow in wet soil and shade, but it did. Just far less flowers. If you want to do cuttings, you can do 6-inch cuttings here, planted on a small pot first. That's what I advise before you plant it on shade and wet soil, just to also save you some money. Moving on to this location, which is dry and is full sun. As you can see, there are a lot of flowers, but the foliage is thin. So in these areas, when you plant them, I advise you can water them more or also put fertilizer to make sure that they get a good head start. So that's all the locations. I hope you have learned a lot on this, and I hope you give this a try. Honestly, it's the easiest plants to grow, and it's one of the most rewarding ones because you start with a handful of cuttings and you end up with a good sized plant. Thank you for watching this video.